The change in philosophy of the Hawthorn Footy Club on its coach, Alistair Clarkson, who will now definitely 100% be staying at Hawthorn, and that's been decided by the Hawthorn board.
Listen to you.
Here we go.
Wow.
And that was the big news of the week. That
Do you want to say something?
Been signed off on.
Do you want to say something and hit it on the head?
No, they continue to throw darts, and that's fine, Bill.
Righto. You don't want to hit it on the head?
He's not going anywhere, Bill. He's will be staying at Hawthorn.
When was he ever going anywhere, Damo?
When your president has put out publicly this situation where it was always going to be waited upon until the end of the year.
So he decided to leave, had he? And has now done an about-face.
Your club, as a board, Jason,
Is that what you're saying?
has changed the philosophy that Jeff Kennett had outlined for you to...
Haven't changed the philosophy at all.
So you've either changed the philosophy or you've gone against Jeff.
You're suggesting that there's been a complete change in the outlook of Alistair Clarkson staying or going.
No, I'm
and
not.
That's never been
No,
the
I'm
case.
not saying that. What has changed is the club has now moved on it and will be moving on it to offer him the contract before the end of the season, which is different. Yes.
Will you,
and
Chief?
You know that, Chief.
Will you, Chief?
You know that, Chief.
The process is the same as it has been from day dot.
What, not talking till the end of the year?
We will make the decision when it
You've
suits
made the
us.
decision, Jason.
It was put off to the end of the year, and you'll be the first to know about it when it happens.
No, we won't. We'll read it like everyone else on a club release when you decide to put it out.
In actual fact, if we send out a club release, I'll make sure it doesn't go to your email address, Damo.
But just take us through how it is you came to that decision. Was it because Melbourne and Adelaide had coaches?
You're being silly, and it had nothing to do with anybody else. Nothing has affected our process all the way along, and it's still the same as it always was.
No, what has changed is that he's 100% staying at Hawthorn, which wasn't the case.
You're the one saying
as recently as 2 weeks ago.
Don't ask me to validate what you're coming up with, mate.
Normally I would be right into Chief, but I'm sort of like him at the moment, so I appreciate where you're coming from, Chief.
But that is done. That is officially done now. It's just a matter of how long he.
How do you know? When did this happen, Dan?
It's happened in the past week to 10 days. There was a strategy meeting down in Launceston.
Ah, you got that right, except it was in Hobart, not Launceston.
Okay, well, it was a strategy meeting in Tasmania.
There you go.
Which took in all sorts of things. It wasn't simply about debating whether Alistair Clarkson stays as coach, but it was certainly decided there. And also, too, the other news out of Hawthorn is that Andrew Newbold has today been announced as the successor for Jeff Kennett, which, Chief, his background is...
He's a fantastic candidate, but of course it's not an appointment. He has to be endorsed by the members, but he's certainly the recommendation from the board. Absolutely.
And you'd be happy with that? Because I read an
wonderful presidential candidate.
I read an article in The Age during the week that you weren't happy with Jeffrey Kennett. So you'd be happy with that new appointment?
He'll be very, very good.
What's his background, Chief?
He was a partner at Herbert Rundle Gear in lawyers, and he's since branched out into his own business affairs. He was a director of the Wind Power Company, which is a company that's been sold since to Origin Energy, so he's done very well business-wise. He's a very astute man.
How long has he been a director?
He's been a director for 8 years. He's in his mid-40s, so he's a ripping bloke.
And he has the Chiefs' imprimatur, because without that, he has no chance of succeeding.
He doesn't need my
imprimatur,
but he
exactly what he needs. He got it, and that was it. End of story.
He's in.
Steve, there's no more powerful man at Hawthorn than you. So
he'll be very good.
And Jason, it's going to be a whole lot easier now at board level to get things...
It's been no different at board level, I suspect.
I think it might be when coaches are out of contract.
We've had wonderful cohesion for the last, I can't remember. Basically, since we got Alistair Clarkson on board, it's been a steady process that everything's gone smoothly, and we hope it'll continue to go that way, Damo.
All BS aside, Chief, what about your own tenure? Because you're very important. I'm not blowing wind up your crack here. You're a very important piece of the Hawthorn puzzle as a football director, and they would be very keen to keep you on. Are you staying? What are you doing?
Well, I undertook to sit for another term last year, so this is the first year of 3.
Okay.
Ooh. Well,
good.
I hope you do, because it's a great honour to be learning from a man.
What have you learned from him, Garry?
Facetious doesn't suit you, Gaz.
I've learned to maintain your cool until it's tipping point, and then you go like a thrashing machine.
Have you learned to...
At times he's just teetered on the edge, and I sit between him and Warrior. And I think the Warrior has become a good reader of body language, so he pushes to breaking point and then just backs off a touch.
Have you learned to lie?
No, I don't say Jason. I know
Are
that.
you inferring that I lie down?
Stating, not inferring.
Are
you serious?
A definitive.
On Hawthorn,
I'm actually offended by that.
Oh, don't.
I am offended by that because I don't actually lie.
I
may not give you the details you want, but I do not lie, Damo.
Okay. And that's probably, that is fair enough. I'll take that.
I understand we talk a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but that's going too far.
No.
Now, can you, Garry...
Have we got an ad break or something?
Can you...
Bill's all got a little uncomfortable.
Can you, Garry, are you going to be able to operate in your role with laces tagging around? Because he will be very close to a lot of privileged information.
Well,
so you may have to cut the laces
I've
out.
got a confession to make, Chief.
You can have them surgically removed.
Yes, the relationship between the Warrior and myself is just
fractured.
Tempered somewhat in this past week because
we had a moment.
He can't. We did. Well, I didn't, but he did really appreciate my company for quite a while. But I've now had to just say, listen, I know what the boys say, just back off and give me a bit of space, Warrior.
What was the catalyst for this?
Well, no real catalyst, but I tend to now view the media a little differently.
What?
Of which I'm a part of.
Have I got time to ask another question?
Yes, one more.
What happened Monday night? Because I didn't see Footy Classified, but I was told by actually 3 different people that it is the surliest they have ever seen Garry Lyon. They said he was angry with everybody, didn't want to talk to anyone. What happened on the show previously, prior to the show or on the show? Did someone upset you?
Not at all, mate. No, I don't. That's the first time I've heard that.
Maybe your mind was on other
That's
matters,
absolutely
perhaps.
true. First time anyone said that. I mean, clearly I couldn't.
No, I didn't make that up.
No, that's
I'm
okay.
Serious.
But there wasn't an issue. But I can't talk as openly and freely about the subjects that the other 3 wanted to. So when you sit on a panel like that, Chief, and they want to talk about something that you can't really talk about, I suppose it comes across as you're being dismissive. But that is the very point and reason why I don't do and haven't done this role in the past. And thankfully, it'll be short term and can get back to talking openly and freely about every subject in footy.
Well, you think it'll be short term?
No, it will be.
Well, you've got to stay there to get the job done, and you'll get the right man, but you won't settle for less than the right man, so it may not necessarily be as quick as you think.
That's right. No, that's a good point. But by the time the footy season comes around next year, Chieftain, I'll be back being Happy Garry again.
Happy Garry, happy Chief.
Did he say again? When have you ever been Happy Garry again? And don't steal my brand, please.
Yeah. Just bring back to normal.
Normal Garry.
Yeah.